So the day started off really well, just going for a nice motorbike ride with my new friend Adam, showing him some of the beautiful mountain roads of northern Vietnam. We found some amazing sights, but things were about to go terribly wrong, like terribly wrong. Well, for me anyway. Yep, this is what it's like trying to ride in a cloud. It's not enjoyable, it's wet, it's cold, and you have to go super slow. I have broken down and I am in the middle of pretty much nowhere. My battery to my phone is almost dead. My battery power pack or my backup power bank is dead. There's also no reception on my phone. So I couldn't even message my friend who's staying about 13 kilometers back down the other way, see if he could help me. I don't even know how to get there because I've gone off about 4 different roads to find this ATM, which doesn't exist. The bank is closed down. I'm gonna have to find a house to sleep in. I'm gonna have to make some friends tonight, or I'm sleeping in the ditch. This is why we travel, right? It's these moments. By the way, if you're wondering, well, JP, why don't you go to the place behind you with the lights? Well, you'd think it's a place. It's just a whole bunch of old, like, wooden shacks. There's a person in there, but he doesn't speak English, and he doesn't seem to want to help me. And there's no ATM there, that's for sure. And I think he's just selling, like, bamboo. So I'm gonna have to be creative. I will overcome this. Hopefully I will come out the other side and not freeze my butt off tonight, because it's getting damn cold and I've not seen any warm places to rest. So wish me luck. Well, this is absolutely a beautiful place to be here in northern Vietnam. And I'm going to tell you the story today, as you've seen in the intro, about what happened and how a combination of 3 or 4 just simple mistakes that are so easily avoidable snowballed into what turned out to be one of the worst nights, worst travel experiences I've ever had. I'm okay, but boy, oh boy, it was a disaster. It's kind of funny on the other side of it, but at the time it was not enjoyable. But you know, these things happen, and I just want to share it with you. So also, it's January the 25th today, and it's the first day of Tet. So the Vietnamese New Year period, 9 days of holidays. Last night was pretty awesome as well because we had a feast. They started their celebrations early. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Happy New Year. I think I had roughly, I was trying to keep count, but maybe 25, maybe 30 shots of the rice wine. And this morning I felt pretty rough. Like I'm walking at the moment, but it feels like I'm in slow motion. So hopefully this video is not going to be in slow motion. But I'm just going to cruise today to the hot pools and relax, detox a little bit. Let's get moving. It is pretty spectacular being down here. Weather's beautiful too. It's not hot, nice and cool. Close to the lake down to my left, down that way. So yeah, basically that was the ridiculous night that I had. I mean, these mistakes, you know, no water, only having like half a battery of phone when I left, not taking my charger, was also pretty ridiculous. And no warm clothes, no backup, anything. I mean, my bike was unavoidable. I couldn't control that sort of breaking down. I mean, when the morning came, I realized I'd had probably 15 minutes sleep, if any. And I walked the bike another sort of couple of kilometers and found an old man drinking some whiskey early in the morning. He tried to get me to drink, but I said, mate, do you mind helping me fix my bike? He found that the battery wasn't connected. I don't know, I knocked it or something. Something happened. He fixed it in 5 seconds. I gave him the only cash I had, which was 100,000 dong, and I also had almost no gas, so luckily it was downhill all the way, and I just made it back to Mai Chau, where I am now. And I couldn't be happier. It's just so beautiful. Subscribe to stay in touch and see what I get up to over here, because there's a lot of ups and downs with traveling, and I did promise myself that I would show not just all the good things. I am living my dream life. I'm not gonna apologize for it either, but I'm also not gonna sugarcoat it anymore. I mean, I don't want to end the video on a negative note necessarily, but I do want to be honest. I just said I was going to be honest. So about 10 minutes ago, before I parked the bike here, I was trying to pay the man 10,000 dong to get into the waterfall path, and I was kind of patting this. It was one of the cutest dogs I've ever seen, right? Beautiful puppy. But just before he reached out to take the 10,000, he opened his hand and just went whoosh across the dog's face. The dog like was hurt and ran into a bush whimpering, crying. And I came millimeters from slapping him into the next dimension. Like, I actually don't know how I restrained myself in that moment. It was such a visceral moment. I'm in another country. You can't go assaulting people, but you know, that sort of stuff makes me sick, and I just have to swallow it sometimes and move on. It's not easy, but you know, it is what it is, and this is why sometimes people don't talk about these things. They don't talk about the abuse, the animal abuse that you do see in some countries. But I've got a waterfall and I can look at that, do my breathing, and I can move on. So anyway, see you in the next video. Enjoy your day. I'll enjoy mine, and we'll see you soon. Got an actual fight happening. Oh, that man is slapping him around. I don't know what's going on, but they're slapping. He is. Stop that bike. Well, there's two bikes. One man got off, dragged what looked to be young teenagers off a bike, and started slapping them around the head, around the helmet, and berating them. Okay. What a day. Anyway, bye.